Hi, welcome to English Academy 101. My name is Michael, and I'm here to help you with your English learning journey. Today, we are going to learn about the simple past verb conjugation in English. First, we are going to look at how to conjugate regular verbs in the past simple. We will also look at how to properly spell them. Then, we will look at how to conjugate some important irregular verbs in the past simple. Next, we will learn when to use the past simple conjugation. Afterwards, we will learn how to properly pronounce the ED sound at the end of words. Lastly, we will look at several examples to help make sure that you completely understand this very important English conjugation. If you would like to skip ahead to any part in today's lesson, we have added video chapters below that you can select. Regular verbs are very easy to conjugate as they follow a standard rule. There are many different regular verbs, as you can see from this list of 25 of the most common regular verbs in English. For simplicity, we will demonstrate the simple past conjugation with the regular verb to want. Let's start with the positive conjugation. I wanted, you wanted, he, she, it wanted, we wanted, they wanted. As you can see, the general rule is that you just add the letters ed at the end of the verb. However, there are a few exceptions to this rule when spelling. Rule number 1. If the verb ends in E, just add the letter D. For example, live becomes lived. Rule number 2. If the short verb ends in a consonant plus vowel, double the consonant and add ed. For example, jog becomes jogged. Rule number 3. If the verb ends in a Y, delete the Y and add I plus ed. For example, try becomes tried. The negative conjugation for the past simple is I did not or didn't, if you want to use a contraction, want. You did not or didn't want. He, she, it did not or didn't want. We did not or didn't want. They did not or didn't want. As you can see, the negative past simple conjugation follows the simple general rule of adding did not or didn't in front of the verb. In the question form, we need to switch the order. Previously, it was subject plus verb. Now, it is the auxiliary verb did plus subject plus verb. Did I want? Did you want? Did he, she, it want? Did we want? Did they want? We can also conjugate irregular verbs in the past simple. However, as their name suggests, they don't follow the same conjugation rules. Let's start with the past simple conjugation for the verb to be. The positive conjugation is I was, you were, he, she, it was, we were, they were. The negative conjugation is I was not or wasn't if you want to use a contraction. You were not or weren't. He, she, it was not or wasn't. We were not or weren't. They were not or weren't. The question form is, was I? Were you? Was he, she, it? Were we? Were they? Next, let's look at the past simple conjugation for the verb to have. The positive conjugation is I had, you had, he, she, it had, we had, they had. The negative conjugation is I did not or didn't, if you want to use a contraction, have. You did not or didn't have. He, she, it did not or didn't have. We did not or didn't have. They did not or didn't have. The question form is, did I have? Did you have? Did he, she, it have? Did we have? Did they have? Last, let's look at the past simple conjugation for the verb to go. The positive conjugation is I went, you went, he, she, it went, we went, they went. The negative conjugation is I did not or didn't, if you want to use a contraction, go. You did not or didn't go. He, she, it did not or didn't go. We did not or didn't go. They did not or didn't go. The question form is, did I go? Did you go? Did he, she, it go? Did we go? Did they go? But why do we use the simple past verb conjugation? The simple past is used in English to talk about completed actions in the past. For example, yesterday, I walked in the park. On Monday, Susie parked her car in front of the house. The simple past can also be used to state a series of completed actions in the past. For example, I walked to school, took an exam, and took the bus home. She ran a mile, lifted some weights, and stretched. We can also use the simple past to talk about habits in the past. For example, when she was young, she watched a lot of movies. When they were young, they played a lot of sports. Therefore, the three main reasons we can use the simple past verb conjugation are completed actions in the past, series of completed actions in the past, and habits in the past. One of the most difficult things about the simple past conjugation is its pronunciation. You have probably already realized that even if the word ends in ed, the pronunciation is not always the same. In fact, there are actually 3 different pronunciations for the ed sound at the end of a word: needed, wanted. Words in this column have an id sound when they finish with the letters ed. This is because the words end in the letters d, like in need, or t, like in want. Danced, fetched, laughed, hooked, helped, washed, kissed, sniffed, fixed. Words in this column have a t sound when they finish with the letters ed. This is because the words end in the letters c, ch, gh, k, p, sh, ss, f, x. However, that is a lot of letters to remember. An easier way to recall the pronunciation of words in this column is that they are called voiceless words. A voiceless word is one that you primarily use your mouth to pronounce the word. This might not make a lot of sense now, but let's look at the words in the last column and it will make more sense after. Damaged, hailed, cleaned, offered, used, loved, followed, enjoyed, amazed. Words in this column have a d sound when they finish with the letters ed. This is because they are words that end in the letters G, L, N, R, S, V, W, Y, Z. However, again, that is a lot of letters to remember. An easier way to recall the pronunciation of words in this column is that they are called voiced words. Unlike voiceless words, you primarily use your throat to pronounce the word. For example, if you place your hand on your throat and say the word damage, you can feel a vibration in your throat. In other words, voiceless words primarily use the front of your mouth to make the sound, while voiced words use the vibration of your throat. To practice this concept a little bit, we will use tongue twisters. Tongue twisters are a great way to practice and improve your fluency and pronunciation. Let's take a look at the following tongue twister. Can you try to say it? Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? The two main ed sounds are picked, that is, pick plus the T sound, and pickled, that is, pickle plus the D sound. How about this tongue twister? Eddie edited it. The ed here is edited. That is, edit plus the ID sound. We recommend that you practice these tongue twisters several times to improve your pronunciation. As you get better, you can slowly increase the speed at which you say them and maybe even compete with your friends to see who can say them the quickest. However, remember that proper pronunciation is more important than speed. Now, let's take a look at how we might use the simple past verb conjugation in a real-life conversation.
Hi Susan, what did you do last weekend?
I was very busy. On Saturday, I went shopping.
What did you buy?
I bought some new shoes. After, I went swimming.
Who did you swim with?
I swam with my family.
What did you do after?
I went out to eat at a restaurant with my friend.
What kind of restaurant?
We went to a steakhouse.
Did you like your food?
Yes, we enjoyed it very much.
Unfortunately, I didn't go out this weekend.
What did you do?
I was sick all weekend.
Poor you.
If you would like some more practice with simple past verb conjugation, check out our website, EnglishAcademy101.com, where we have included some additional exercises. We have included a link in the description below. That's it for now. Don't forget to keep studying your English.